Alright folks, here we go. Another big time matchup here on PCW on CMT. Out comes the #1 contender, the All-American Austin McIntire. Austin McIntire, he knows he has the opportunity of a lifetime. He has the chance to main event WrestleApocalypse, and all he has to do is beat Frenchie, the only guy who's managed to beat Frenchie in over a year. Not quite that long, but his entire title reign, and here we go. Austin McIntire asked for Randy the Ram Robinson to step in the ring with him this week. I was going to call it out, but I didn't call him out or pop off the medium. That's not his style. He wanted a match with Ram because Ram is a veteran. He's been world champion before here in PCW and in other companies. You gotta wrestle. He wants to see what he can learn from Randy the Ram Robinson. That's the biggest thing. Oh, Ram, on the other hand, he has all different reasons to want to accept this matchup, though. He knows that if he gets a win over Austin McIntire, not only does that really raise him up in terms of being considered for #1 contender, but also it elevates him so much in the power rankings, and he could potentially get a really late entry into the Gauntlet for Glory. I mean, it is not out of the question for Randy the Ram Robinson to win the Gauntlet for Glory. He's a veteran. He knows how to game plan for things like this. Austin McIntire, though, the path there is much easier. Austin McIntire, though, figure 4. Oh, McIntire gets to the ropes. As I was saying, Austin McIntire, he was the last man eliminated in the first Gauntlet for Glory. So, I mean, if anyone else can say that they know how to get the job done, it would be him. Regardless, has an easier route this year. Oh! Smart move by Austin McIntire. Throwing those jabs. Oh, another jab. Oh, but won't be throwing many more jabs if Ram does that a few more times. Double underhook suplex connects. Ram might be looking to put him away right here. The #1 contender has to weather the storm. Because he'll have more to deal with than just a wily old man at the Gauntlet for Glory. Frenchie is, for everything that he's done, the one thing you cannot ignore is that he beat Tony Lockard without any help at the Supercard. That's the awful truth about Frenchie, is that he's good enough to be world champion without cutting corners. He likes to cut corners because he wants this PCW product to not be good. He doesn't want you to watch because he wants this company to have to pay him his contract even if it puts people out of jobs. And that just disgusts me. He might get his, though. For the life of me, I don't know what's going on in the Seth group right now. All I know is that Frenchie, granted, we haven't discussed this yet on the show. Frenchie, one half of the Tag Team Champions, has granted the Sons of the South a title shot tonight on PCW on CMT. Obviously, Brandon Tallman knows to bring his gear one way or the other, even though they weren't booked to do this. But here they are. So, I mean, maybe after the tag team debacle last week, we can have a good tag team match. Hell of an opportunity for Sons of the South, too. They've been knocking on the door for a while in terms of tag title shot.
1, 2.
Oh, and McIntire almost had him with that dive off the top rope. McIntire whipping Ram off the ropes. Oh, and a back elbow. There's the tie-up. McIntire setting him up. Pile driver! My God, trying to take Ram out. Oh, there's the jab. Good connect. Ram off the ropes here. Oh, McIntire going for the flying forearm. Couldn't get it. Back tie up. Nice backdrop by Austin McIntire on to Randy the Ram Robinson. Now Austin going up top. Up top. Oh! Telegraphed that one. The veteran saw it coming. Nice shin breaker. Folks, I mean, another reason I gotta figure that Brandon Tallman isn't too happy. I don't know.
1, 2.
Oh, almost had him. Austin McIntire almost put Ram away right there. I don't know exactly how he feels about his tag team partner accepting title shots for him. Especially when he's still trying to... He has that high... He still has a high power ranking position just coming off the shelf. Make no mistake about it, even though he's tag team champions with the World Heavyweight Champion, he wants the World Heavyweight Champion to be tag team champions with him. Meaning he wants the world title back. And I assume that they've worked out some deal. We may never know. And folks, hopefully on next week's episode of PCW on CMT, we should get a ruling from the booking committee. There's been a hearing. There will be a hearing later this week to answer one of the big questions going on in the PCW front office right now. Is the franchise Matt Mills eligible to compete in the Gauntlet for Glory? Their Seth Group attorneys, PCW attorneys, are all sitting down going over his PCW contract versus the contract he signed with Frenchie. One would hope after losing the World Heavyweight Championship without even being in the match that Matt can find some way to get on the card. I mean, a card without the franchise is just not fun. Oh, a super kick, and this should be it right here.
1, 2, count.
And that, oh my God. Count of 2. Oh, and a head scissors. Ram with the tie-up. Double on rip. Oh, and another kick. Ram ain't dead yet. Oh! Measured, stiff right hand. McIntire looks to be taking control right here. Nice scoop slam. Now laying the rights with Ram well away from the ropes. He's got to find a way or he's going to get knocked out. You know, one of the big burning questions also going on in PCW right now is where does David McIntire, Austin McIntyre's brother, current Intercontinental Champion, and most importantly in this case, member of the Seth Group, stand as far as his brother getting a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship? Is his ties to his family stronger than the ties to the Seth Group? Is blood thicker than Kool-Aid? It'd be blood thicker than money too, I'm sure. I'm sure he's in just the same boat in the contract negotiations as all the everyone else in the Seth Group, just trying to set absurd demands. Oh, and now Austin McIntire trying to grind down Randy the Ram Robinson. Oh, single leg crab in good position, Ram cannot get to the ropes right here. Oh, Ram barely gets to him. Now Ram, now there's a roll up. McIntire might look to put him away right here. Oh, roll up. This could be it.
1, 2, 3.
And that's 3. The #1 contender just picked up a win over a former world heavyweight champion. And McIntire continues to roll on his way to the Gauntlet for Glory to meet Frenchie. I'll tell you, that kid right there might be PCW's best hope for survival. Surviving this war with the Seth group.